Okay guys, so here we are. I'm really excited. I haven't ever battled Sketchy before, I don't think. The last time I had a chance to, he kind of dropped out of the league, so this is very exciting. I'm really nervous for this game just because I want to go into this game with a hopefully 5-1. I think it's 5-1. Yeah. I want to go into this game 5-1 after this game at least, so that's a hope. I also haven't battled for like 2 weeks, but you know, I'm busy. I have a lot of stuff going on right now, so this battle, it's just not top of my priority list. However, I did put a lot of time into team building before everything started to go down in IRL stuff. By the way, got a new setup. I'm pretty happy with this thing. My bedroom is over there, so I'm able to finally do live comms in the comfort of my own room, well, my own living room, and I don't have to worry about anybody else coming in and disturbing me and disturbing them, so this is really cool. Okay, select the Pokemon you wish to enter. What is he bringing? No Mega Venusaur, that's cool. He does bring Skarmory though, no Talonverb, so that means Rindoberry on my thingy is kind of sort of useless. However, good news, his switch-ins to Sylveon do not exist at all. Also, hold on one second. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to lead off with my Sylveon, because if he leads off with Skarm, actually, I think I'm just going to lead off with my Jolteon, because the only problem I have with that is if he leads off with his Entei or anything like that. But if he leads off with his Skarm, I'll get a free sub and a free Thunderbolt off, and that'll be pretty cool. That'll be pretty cool. That'll be pretty cool. Let's see what he leads off with. He's either going to lead off with his Jolteon or his Skarmory. Either one. Mount Pyre. That's Entei. That's fine. It's totally fine. Totally fine. Because I have my safe switch in this thing being my my Omastar. If he sets up the sun, then I know he's going to Solar Beam me, and then I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go into my my whatchamacallit, my Gligar. However, my Gligar is mainly going to be there for that Mienshao because it hard walls it to no end. So I'm just going to go straight into my Omastar. He can't touch this thing unless he has Solar Beam or Hidden Power Grass. I do have the Rindoberry, so I can live one, and then I can kind of sort of switch out and do what I have to do. But Rocks will be pretty important in this game because I'll be able to judge what set his Clefable is, if it's Unaware or if it's Magic Guard, and that's pretty important. If he's expecting Choice Scarf, he'll probably switch out as well. However, he knows that I can't really do much to him unless it's Zen Headbutt, but if I go to U-turn, he can get a free Sacred Fire Burn Off on something, and we can kind of sort of play that game, but his team is very passive. Well, not very passive, but like Skarm and Clefable are pretty passive. Ditto, if it comes in on the wrong thing, it's pretty passive. So, I'm okay with this. And I don't think he... Actually, wow, Victini does mad amounts of work. He's taking a long time to pick his move. Okay, there we go. I was like, don't lag out on me already. Also, shout out to Radioactive for this nickname. I love this thing, Sacred Fire. Watch how little this is going to do. That's amazing. I might just fire off a Scald, so that way if the Ditto comes in, I'll be able to hit it decently hard, and that'll be pretty cool. That did literally 24. I don't know if I want to click Scald or Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock is really important in this game, honestly, but he can just send them away, and he doesn't have Talonverb, so Stealth Rocks aren't as important, but I do want to get off a Scald. See what he's going to go into here. This Scald is going to do a decent chunk of damage to whatever he goes into. Haley, what is this? Clefable. Yes. So this can mean a couple of things. Jeez, a whiz. That did a lot of damage. That kind of sort of tells me he's physically defensive. So right now I'm going to go right into my Jirachi, I think. I think I'm going to go right into my Jirachi. If he starts setting up Calm Minds, I'm pretty sure it kills from this range. No matter what. Jirachi. Kid Cudi 6. Versus a Clefable. Let's just say he's the Combine Magic Guard with max HP, max Speed Def, +1 Speed Def. Flash Cannon does 27 to 33, so it doesn't kill. So I think my best bet here is just to go into my Mega Audino. I can Toxic it, knock off, and then skill swap and be good to go. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show him the meme right away. If he starts setting up Calm Minds this early in the game, that's fine, honestly. It won't really do much for him. He's going to go for the Shadow Ball. Okay. That's fine. Since he could switch out here, what I kind of want to do is I kind of just want to go for the knockoff. I don't want to Mega Evolve for a couple different reasons. Because if he goes into his Skarmory, I can let him Iron Head me. I can knock off his item, I can set up a Wish, and I can switch out and get Regenerator. Otherwise, there's no reason for me to Mega Evolve right now. I think I'm just going to Toxic. I'm just going to Toxic without Mega Evolving. He's going to switch out. If he goes into Skarm, that's not terrible by any means. Mount Pyre. That's fine. Totally fine. No worries. This thing is now Toxic. That's cool. So now that this thing is on a timer, that's pretty nice. I might go for a knockoff here because I can live a Choice Bandit's Sacred Fire from... Actually, wait, no I can't. I'm Spadef. I cannot. I think what I might do is just go right back into my Omastar. Because I don't really lose anything from it. He can Iron Head. What do I want to do? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my my Omastar. I'm actually a little curious as to how much banded Entei, Choice Band versus Sacred Fire does about that. He got a max roll if he's banded, so that's fine. I'm going to go right back into it. I don't really lose anything from it. He can withdraw, that's actually fine, because whatever he goes into, Whiplash, this is the Mienshao, that's fine. Because I still have my switch into this thing, which is the Gligar. And whatever he goes into, won't really appreciate it. I would like to get on my rocks, because he's having to switch a lot with his Entei. It's not really that big of a deal. My main switch into this is my Gligar. No matter what, Gligar. I do want to get on my rocks, though, pretty soon. Like, I want to get them up ASAP. He can go for the knockoff, that's fine. I still wall it very hard. Why Rock Slide? What were you expecting? I think now I'm just going to Earthquake because he can go into his Skarmory. I can taunt it and force it to not get up his rocks no matter what. And if he goes into anything else, realistically, he's not going to enjoy it. And if he goes into his own, if he goes into his Ditto and tries to copy my Gligar, he can't really touch a lot of my team. So that's pretty cool. So I think that's what I'm doing. I think I'm just going to Earthquake right here. He can go into his Skarm right here. I'm going to taunt it. Poketuber, Ditto. That's fine. He's going to realize he cannot touch me. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to taunt him and force him into Rock Slide. Because he doesn't have any Violite, he's less bulky than me, I can beat him 1v1 with Rock Slide. That's fine. And he's going to slowly get this thing whittled down. He probably expected this to have rocks, it does not, and that's awesome for me. That's specifically why I did not want this thing to have rocks. Because the second he knew it had rocks, he could copy it and get up rocks for himself. Earthquake. Nope. I'm not going to. Like, I'm not going to switch out. I'm just going to go for the Rock Slide now. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing about facing Ditto. You have to make sure that Ditto can't beat you. That's the main thing that you have to worry about. So if Ditto wants to come in on a specific thing, you want to make sure that you can beat that thing. That's why I wanted to bring a very bulky Jirachi, so if he came in on my Sylveon, I could still take a couple Hyper Voices That's also why I wanted to bring a Spadef, whatchamacallit? Spadef Mega Audino. You're probably just going to sack this thing off, aren't you? I'm not going to switch out. Watch how much this Rock Slide's going to do. Like, that's enough. I will sit here and literally go for all of these. And I won't feel bad about it. If I have to, I'll speed this up. Like, I will legitimately cut it and speed it up if this goes on too long. But he's just going to keep letting this thing take more and more damage. And I'm not going to switch out. Like, I refuse to switch out. Finally, he switches out. This is the Scarm. I'm going to taunt this, not let him get up his rocks. I do outspeed it. Does a good amount of damage. Does a decent chunk, but I'm going to taunt him, not let him get up his rocks. And then I'm going to go into my Victini and I'm going to nuke something. Because I'm tired of waiting. Realistically. And this thing can't touch it. He can go for the Iron Head. That's fine. If he has Iron Head over Brave Bird, he cannot touch my Victini. Like, he has to have Roost. Probably has Whirlwind. And a couple other things. I could, on the other hand, go into my Jirachi. But I'd rather go into my Victini. Because if he wants to go into Entei. Which he won't go into Entei on this thing. So I think Victini is just my overall better play. Let's see what he's going to do. Iron Head, this is going to do the square root of 0. That's close to the square root of 0. Now, he is at full health. I am a little worried about counter. However, at this point in time, I do not think Victini is going to be my win condition. I think Jirachi is going to be my massive win condition. So, I think I'm just going to fire off a Bolt Strike. Because the things that want to come in on V-Create don't want to come in on Bolt Strike. The things that want to come in on Bolt Strike, I can wall. AKA the Jolteon. So I think Bolt Strike is just overall the better play. I think. Because you won't want to bring in Jolteon. I'm just going to go for the Bolt Strike. He might want to bring in Entei, thinking he can take this, but he's going to stay in. Hopefully he doesn't go for the counter. That would be less than ideal. Yep. He does have counter. Yep. Okay. So, now he has to roost up, and the taunt just wore off. So, this means I'm going to go into my Jirachi. I was a little weary of counter. However, I needed to get the damage off on him, force him to roost up, and get a free switch into my Jirachi. If I can sub up, something dies. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It is a little unfortunate that he did have counter, but there's nothing I can really do about it. I need to wear this thing down somehow and force it to roost. That's also why I went for Bolt Strike over V-Create, because V-Create would have killed me, but Bolt Strike didn't. If he goes for counter again, I'm going to get up a free sub with my Jirachi. Let's see what he goes for. I think he's going to go for Roost right here, honestly. He's going to withdraw. Ditto. Okay, so this thing, again, cannot touch me. At all. He can be Choice Scarfed, however, he cannot touch me. He's looking at my moveset right now, and he's like, I cannot touch this thing. So, why did he bring that in on a Bolt Strike? He would have died. Like, he would have died. Not completely died, but still. I think I might just click sub right here. Like, what's he going to do to me? Psychic me? If he switches out, I get up a free sub. Like, that's the beauty of this set. Jirachi cannot touch Jirachi. And then I will end up winning because I'll be behind a sub, I'll be getting leftovers, he will not, and that's where it really comes in. He's going to go for the Thunderbolt. Don't get the para. Do not get the para on me. Please don't. Thank you. Thank you very much. I would like to paralyze him though, so I'm gonna be doing the exact same thing. I'm gonna be going for the Thunderbolt on him. No shame. Because if I can get the para on him, also since he is Choice Scarfed, I'll be able to go into my Gligar on this thing, and I'll be able to rinse, lather, and repeat. Plus, getting off this little bit of damage on this thing is really nice. Can I get the para? No. That would have been a little too much to ask for now, don't you know? Right here, I'm just going to go right into my Gligar. Because he's Scarfed into Thunderbolt, like, there's not a whole lot to think about with that. If he's actually not Scarfed, he withdrew. Let's see what he went into. Jolteon. It's fine. So, can a Hidden Power Ice kill me? So he's the RU All-Out Attacker. Life Orb versus Gligar. Yeah, it does 88 to 106 minimum if he's Life Orbed, so I can't really risk it. I'm at 129 and at 171, right? Yeah, I'm at 75%, so I think my best play here is just to go right back into my Mega Audino. Because I can live hits from this thing for days. I'll get a knockoff off on something. I'll be able to Toxic something. I'll be able to do a lot of things. I'm just going to go right in my Mega Audino, I think. He can go for Hidden Power Ice right here, which I think he will. Yeah. I can take this no problem whatsoever. And then now I think I'm going to knock off. Because I'll be able to knock off Skarm's Leftovers, be able to knock off an item in general. That was Specs damage though. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. $16 to $20. I'm at 161 out of 209. 77%. Yeah, that's Choice Specs. Oh yeah, that's Choice Specs like crazy. So that's good. That means that my Victini can outspeed it. So I think I'm going to just knock off here, because he has to go into something else, and I'll be able to knock off an item. Hopefully he goes into its Clefable. Armada, that's a Skarm, which is nice. Nice, nice, nice. Knocking off those leftovers is very important. Because now he's not going to get the reliable recovery. I get to go right into my Jirachi. And I'll be able to fire off a Thunderbolt. He can't really touch this thing. If he sets up his rocks, that just means that I have to make sure I get into my, whatchamacallit. My Omastar before anything. Granted, that means that my Victini will die, but, you know, it is what it is. I think Sylveon's more so my win condition than anything. Roost. Perfect. He's not staying in. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to Psychic. Because he knows that I have Thunderbolt. He doesn't want to go into his Jirachi on that. The only other thing he would want to go into is his Jolteon. It's the only other thing he would want to go into. And Psychic does a lot. If he wants to go into his, whatchamacallit, his Ditto, I'll be at enough range to kill it with a Thunderbolt right after. Anything else he wants to go into will not like a Flash Cannon, so I think Psychic is my best play. I think Psychic is my best play. He's probably going to go, I think he's going to go into Jolteon right here. Yep, perfect. This is going to do a lot of damage to him. I mean, it's going to do like 70%, I think. Actually, no, Jolteon's decent Spadef. It's going to do... Never mind, I get a crit. Sorry about that, B. Sorry about that, man. You know, you got to be good to call the crits. If he Volt Switches, going back into Auto No is my best play. If he Hidden Power Ices, going back into Auto No is my best play. No matter what, going into Auto No is my best play, so that's what I'm going to do. He's going to have a really hard time taking down this Jirachi. Like, I promise you that. I'm a little disappointed he didn't bring his Mega Venusaur, but, you know, it is what it is. And this might actually go down to a timer, because it just basically all comes down to who loses the first Mon. He does go for the HP Ice. Doesn't really matter. This is why I love Auto No when you don't have to Mega Evolve it. I think I'm just going to set up a Wish. I think I'm just going to set up a Wish because depending on what he goes into, I'll be able to go into my Victini. I'm going to set up a Wish right here. If he goes into Mienshao, that's fine. Armada, that's still fine. So here's the thing. I think right here he's going to set up his rocks. 17 out of 187. Let me see something. $10 to 12%. It does a minimum of 19 HP with my investment. So that kind of sort of sucks. So I don't want to risk that. I'm just going to go right back into my... Actually, I could go back into my Jirachi. Because then he's going to be taking damage on this. I'm going to Psychic again. I think that's just my best play. I'll be able to get back up to complete full health. He can set up his rocks. I don't mind. At this point in time, I'm kind of just waiting for him to set up his rocks so I lose my Jirachi. He's going to go for the Iron Head. So it's a good thing I didn't go into my Victini and try to pass the Wish. So that was a pretty good play on my part, if I do say so myself. And now whatever he goes into is going to die. He's going to lose his first Mon right now. 20 minutes in. If he goes into his Clefable, he's going to lose it to a Flash Cannon. If he goes into his Ditto, he's going to lose it to Thunderbolt afterwards. If he leaves this thing in, he's going to lose it to the combination of Psychic plus Thunderbolt. He's going to switch out, so something is in fact dying right here. Mount Pyre, the Entei. Perfect. Now I get on my rocks. That did a good amount of damage, and I get the Spadef drop. That's awesome. It doesn't really come into play too much right here because I'm not going to stay in. I'm not going to risk me dying. I'm just going to go right back into my Omastar, and I'm going to set up my rocks, and I'm going to start setting up every single hazard I have. Because he's been doing a lot of switching. Ya boy ain't about that no more. Hazards are coming up. Stealth rocks, spikes, everything. Coming up. Because everything is going to be taking so much damage. He did stay in, which is awesome. If he goes for HP Grass, I will live 1. Let's see what he does. Don't go for HP Grass, please. Sacred Fire. Cool. Get my rocks up. And if he goes into his, his Ditto to get up his own rocks, that's still fine because I will end up winning that 1v1. Stealth rocks are now going up. Finally. I needed this Entei in to set up on. I was so prepared to set up all my hazards on things like his Clefable and his Entei and his Talonflame, which haven't been coming in, and it's so frustrating. Look how little damage this is doing. And he was just fishing for the burn. That's fine. While he's letting himself die to Toxic, I'm going to start setting up every single hazard I have to force his Skarm to defog. Or to force his Skarm to come in and defog. This thing is dead the next time it comes back in, so I'm going to set up my rocks here, let him die to Toxic, and then whenever his Skarm comes back in, I'll be able to Scald it, and that's pretty cool. And that's the most important thing. I'm going to set up a layer of spikes right here. He's going to go for another Sacred Fire. He does miss, but that is the unfortunate part about Sacred Fire. Sorry about that, man. I don't really think it mattered too much. This thing has done its job. It got up Stealth Rocks and a layer of Spike. That's cool. That's really cool. And the Entei goes down to Toxic, so I believe that goes to Mega Audino. Already getting his first kill. Mega Audino, you are such a BA. He goes into his, his Whiplash. Yup, that's fine. I think I might actually save this thing. Oh, that's so nice. Plus, this lets me know if he has a Regenerator or not. But now I get to go into my, Oh, I'm so happy I got up all those hazards. I'm so happy I got up all those hazards. You can go for the U-turn. I kind of want to see what kind of set he is. If he's Regenerator or not. Is he Life Orb? No, I think he's Choice Scarf. I think he's Scarfed Mienshao. Maybe? Which, you know, that'd be pretty cool. Be pretty cool. If he goes into a Scarm, he can't defog. Because I'm going to taunt him. Haley, what's this? That's fine. He is Magic Guard. That's pretty cool. That's nice. That's very nice. So now, the real meme is going to come in, I think. I'm going to taunt him, not let him do anything. If he wants to Moonblast right here, he can. I will be able to roost up on it next turn, and I might be able to beat it 1v1. But I'm not going to let him do anything. Yeah. Calm Mind. No. No. No, sir. And now, I think I'm going to just drop in my Sylveon and start going for mad hits. Or I could just go right back into my Jirachi. Like, what does he want to come in on Jirachi? Nothing. Jirachi is going to just completely sit here the entire game and just be a massive win condition. By the way, guys, let me know if you like this whole setup, because I will stream like this during my surgery time. Shadow Ball, that's fine. It's not going to be doing a whole lot to me, I don't think. Nope. That's fine. I get to fire off a Flash Cannon and then fire off by a Thunderbolt. And this thing will be going down. If he goes for Calm Minds, it's not that big of a deal. Flash Cannon. Something on his team is going to be taking a lot of damage. Whether it's the Skarmory when it comes back in on rocks, he's going to, he might lose his Clefable right here. Yeah, the crit. Oh my god, did the crit matter? Please tell me that crit didn't matter. I'm gonna feel like shit if that crit mattered. Kid Cudi versus a Clefable. 50% to 59%, so the crit, wait, that's Calm Nature. 0, he was Fizz Def. Impish. 59 to 71, so the crit might not have mattered because he would have died. And he is Regenerator Mienshao, so that's cool to know he's not reckless. He would have died to the next one no matter what, if he had stayed in. And I would have just wished this thing back up on Skarm anyway. It's not that big of a deal. But now I'm going to go back into my, whatchamacallit right here. This thing is Scarf Regenerator though. I'm like 99% positive he's Scarf Regenerator. He can go for the U-turn. It's not that big of a deal. Whatever he goes into, he can go into his Jolteon. He's going to be taking 12 and 8%. So he may be taking, he might actually die to hazards. He might die to hazards depending on his, on what he has left of HP. I don't really remember. By the way, guys, I might be doing a much more simple animation for this thing. Armada, cool. I'm not going to let him defog. I'm not letting him defog. No matter what, this thing is not defogging. I need these hazards up. No, you are not defogging against me. Not happening. Sorry. I need these hazards. Iron Head, that's fine. It's totally fine. Now I'm going to go into my Jirachi. And I'm going to click Psychic again. I mean, I don't really see why not. At the same time, right now, Sylveon just kind of comes in and clicks Hyper Voice and wins. He might be switching out here. He went for Iron Head. Cool. I get a kill. I get a kill right here. So now I'm going to click Psychic. I don't want the Jolteon to come back in for free. I also don't want to let that Ditto come in for free. That's my main thing. If he stays in, he's not going to be doing much with it. It's mainly just going to be Iron Head, and he will be dying to a Thunderbolt. After that, I might just keep clicking Psychic, just because I don't want to give him a free switch into his Jolteon. Because the thing is a little bit of a problem right now, because it is choice specs, you know. Psychic, he did stay in. Okay, so if he's going to be persistent on Iron Heading me, I'm going to get up sub right here. Because if he's expecting me to Thunderbolt right now, I'm going to set up a sub. Like, this sub 3 attacks Jirachi is just going to be the bane of his existence right now. And realistically, now he's going into Jolteon. I'm behind a sub. I get a kill. Yep. Perfect. This thing now dies to hazards, so I can spam Thunderbolt for free now. That's what I was going for right there. Perfect. Bam! I'm so happy. I love Jirachi. Jirachi is bae. I love this thing. Yes! I'm going to click Psychic right here. If he Volt Switches, he dies to hazards. If he goes into Scarm, it doesn't matter right now. He just loses at this point in time, I think. I'm pretty sure. The counter on Scarm was really clutch, honestly. Like, that was a little scary, and I refuse to admit how scary it was, but it was pretty scary. Oh man, Shadow Ball. He loses a Jolteon, I can now spam Thunderbolt for free. And that's awesome. It's absolutely amazing. Psychic. Bam. Badass. Now if he goes into his Mienshao, I'm basically forced back into Gligar until I can get this thing back in. Whiplash. I want to get the 6-0, honestly. I really want to get the 6-0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my Gligar. And if he U-turns, if he knocks off, no matter what he does, I will be able to get some good damage off on it. I'll know what he's going for, and then I can play accordingly. And that'd be pretty nice. Drain Punch. Nice. Nice. And I'm pretty sure this thing is Scarfed. We'll see after he... if he switches up his moves right now, he's not Scarfed. If he hard switches out, confirmed Scarfed. I'm getting up a Roost right here. He can go into his Ditto. I'm then going to go into my Clefable. Or not my Clefable. So he's going for Drain Punches again. It's pretty cool. I'm getting up a Roost. This is nice. Roost right here. And then realistically, now I'm going to go into my Sylveon. Because he's locked into Drain Punch. He can't really do a whole lot to me. He's switching out, so whatever he goes into, he's copying my Gligar, which is cool. Choice Specs Hidden Power Fire kills this thing. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh man, I love this. I love this team. In Power Fire. Let's see. If he goes into his Ditto right here, I don't think he'll be able to live the Choice Specs Hidden Power Fire. Plus the Stealth Rocks, plus the Spikes. His Scarm is now going down. That is awesome. Dead Skarmory. Yes. Perfect. I really want the 6-0 right now, guys. I want it so. Gearheart is on my ass. Yeah, see? He's not going to be able to live this Hidden Power Fire. And I'll be able to go into my Choice Scarfed. He can go for Hyper Voice. I will be able to live 1. If he locks himself in Hyper Voice, I might just have to sack something off and not have the 6-0, but that's fine. I'm going to go for this Hidden Power Fire right here. I'm Choice Specs. He's Choice Scarfed. Match was forfeited. I'm going to take that as a 6-0. That's a 6-0 for me. That was a good game. Thank you so much for the game, Sketchy. I really do appreciate it, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like down below. Make sure you go check out Sketchy's channel. He's a really awesome dude. Hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.